my shiny on bachelor's degrees and earnings in the US. So I got interested about this topic because coming into the bootcamp, I noticed how we all come from such diverse backgrounds, physics, math, and also different, I guess, origins, like from New York, out of state, even abroad. So I wanted to see what that looked like in the US. So I have a few data sets. So first is the field of bachelor's degrees in the US for 2014, and educational attainment for 2014, and also earnings by occupation for the same year. So first, I just plotted a choropleth on this, and so on the left side, you'll notice that you can choose like the field. So the fields are just classified into 5, and if you'll notice, just it looks like Colorado and New Jersey, and Massachusetts had the most in terms of, so this is bachelor's degrees density. So it's the percent in the state's population that have bachelor's degrees. But what I was really interested in is my background, which is in math, so science and engineering, and I noticed that it was pretty spread out in the US. So you'll notice the dark regions are here on the far west. So that's California, Oregon, and Washington. And then also on the east, so here we have Virginia, Massachusetts, and Maryland. And then my next question was to see like what did like the share of bachelor degrees like density, did that have a relationship with earnings in that state? So at the very bottom, you'll see a bar graph. So that's median earnings by state, by occupation. So on the left, you can choose anywhere from management up to health technologies. And then, so just playing around with with the data, the basic question I wanted to explore was basically like if there was a shortage or a low percent of degrees in science and engineering, did that have any relationship with the overall median earnings in that state? Sort of like supply and that drive on the demand for it that would be reflected in earnings. My initial hypothesis was it would have been inverse. Like if there was of course a shortage, then earnings would have been up. But I actually found the opposite. So if you just play around and so in science engineering, right, you'll notice that the top states that are the darkest in green are the west and east. So that's California, Washington, and New Jersey. So those states actually had, and you can choose a state here. So let's say if you go to California, the median earnings for, let's say, an occupation that would be related to that degree would be a computer and mathematical. So I noticed doing this, so looking at the median earnings in computer and mathematical occupations, in those darkest green states actually were the highest. So my hypothesis sort of wasn't, it was wrong. So, but then I guess I realized also that there maybe it probably just followed naturally that maybe the bachelor degrees density reflected the amount of jobs there, and so the amount of jobs there did naturally, unsurprisingly, have higher earnings in that state. What I wanted to do more for the project was maybe do like so this is like a comparison per state. I wanted to do one that involved time. So to see like the growth of the bachelor's degrees density and the growth in earnings per year, I think that would have been more reflective of what I wanted to find out. Yeah, so that's about it. Any questions? Yeah.
Was science and engineering related a category or was it
It was a category. So I'm not sure what the breakdown was for science and engineering. The next category is like science and engineering related.
On that note, it's actually a good note to say it might be useful in general for all of the projects, but for something like this, we don't know as the outside user what that means, right? So there could be maybe a tab where you could include what science and engineering related means that you got from the data set description or the website or wherever you got the data. That could be helpful. In general, you should never put something in an app or on board or in a presentation that you don't know. So you have to sort of be able to manage that as well. But supposing you weren't there, even if you didn't know what that was, it would be good to have like a variable breakdown. What is science and engineering? I liked particularly that you highlighted what your hypothesis was, and even that it was not the involvement and sometimes was not that, because all too often presenters sort of just explores something and finds that and presents that rather than saying, I thought this first, here's what I found, here's the result. So that was really nice. Are there any other questions for Ismael?
One other thing I wanted to add, I think another interesting additional data set, because what I got was median earnings by occupation, so I think it would be also to give a clearer picture if it was like the dispersion, they had like the max and the min and like the standard deviation. So I guess like the median doesn't say much, doesn't say everything.
Oh, it's interesting. It looks like proportionally there's more engineering degrees in some of the states that have lower overall degree percent of the population with degrees than some of the northern or western states. It seems like arts and humanities were more prevalent in northeastern and the west coast, whereas engineering was more prevalent like the south and the west.
Yeah, that's also one thing I noticed. The engineering were like in the west and then sort of in the middle, it was low. But also I noticed overall that science and engineering degrees were pretty much 1/3, if not higher, as a percentage in every state. So that was pretty surprising for me. Like I would think like business or would be able to have a bigger share.
You sure mathematics was in science and engineering? It's not science or engineering. I actually, because I was in the College of Arts and Sciences, it could be a category error. I mean, you were interested, you studied math, right?
Right.
So you were interested in that. I had that issue when I studied math, but it was lumped in with history. Like that.
Oh, okay. Well, when I took math, I was under the science and engineering school. So
okay.
That's why.
Yeah, my middle school, they gave me Bachelor of Science.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe do that.
Yeah, same. CMU considers statistics a social science, so it's in humanities, yet in the computer science and mathematics department for all the classes. So. Thank you so much, Ismael.